Japan is, on the surface, it's an ultra-modern Western-style society. And it is that. But it's also using that nature, that it seems like us. It seems to have a democracy which is vaguely, party system and stock exchange and cities and so on. And that's a mirror. And when Alice went through the mirror, she discovered behind that everything was back to front. And everything in Japan is back to front. The writing systems, the doors, everything is back to front. But then Alice went on further, and she discovered it wasn't just back to front. Everything was peculiar, curiouser and curiouser. And so you got talking cats, and you had Mad Hatter's tea parties, and all your categories as a Victorian girl were turned upside down by the mathematician who wrote Alice. The same in Japan. I'll just give you the first example. I went in. It was I thought, what a waste of time. It's just like the West. And then we were there for 6 weeks. And then little things, little signs, oddnesses began to emerge. One I particularly remember was that the whole place was filled with apparent rituals and religious, lots of shrines, lots of people processing through the streets. Everyone had a little shrine, a butsudan in their house. It all seemed hyper-soaked in Buddhist and Shinto. And then I went into a school and I asked my friend to ask them a few questions. These are 12, 13-year-olds. And after the questions about what you're going to do, I said, could you ask them about what their religion is? Because we just come past all these temples and shrines. And she said, no, Alan, I can't. I said, why not? She said, they don't have a word for religion. They don't know what you mean by religion. They have, it's meaningless category. I can't ask them. So I said, well, what about all these shrines? And she said, well, they're nothing. They're just decoration. They're just there. They're good luck. I mean, if you clap your hands and put up little things, then maybe you'll pass your exams. It's just luck. It's meaningless, like horseshoes and so on in our culture here. And so I said, well, surely they, all these Buddhist temples, ask them about the Buddha. She said, I can't. They don't know who the Buddha is. They've never heard of the Buddha. They've never heard of Islam. They've never heard of Jesus or